You open an app, place your thumb at the top of the glass, and swipe down to see what's new. It is a physical action most of us repeat dozens of times a day without thinking. When that little loading wheel appears at the top, the natural assumption is that we are simply waiting on a slow server to fetch the latest batch of data. And when we find ourselves staring at that same wheel an hour later, we tend to blame ourselves. We assume our constant checking is a personal failure of focus and self-control. But your phone is not a distraction by accident. It is operating flawlessly as an engineered behavioral system. In 2010, developers filed U.S. patent number 8154534, officially documenting the mechanics of the pull-to-refresh feature. The true achievement of this document was seamlessly integrating a behavioral control mechanism directly into a pocket-sized device. The engineers who built this mechanism did not base their designs on traditional software principles or standard computer science logic. The actual lineage of this interface stems from industries designed exclusively to extract time and money. They borrowed the underlying math directly from casino gaming theory. This diagram shows the smartphone interface as a closed-loop control system in 3 phases. First is the input. You provide the command by dragging the screen downward. Instead of instant results, the system moves to a mechanical delay phase, programmed to withhold output data. That half-second micropause where you watch the wheel spin is not a technical limitation. It is an artificially injected barrier. The delay serves a precise psychological purpose. It is engineered to mimic the physical, mechanical tension a gambler feels while waiting for a result. Staring at a spinning digital loading wheel triggers the exact same neurological anticipation as watching slot machine reels lock into place. Imagine if the algorithm provided a highly engaging piece of content every single time you refreshed your screen. The human brain would quickly adapt to the predictable reward. You would become bored, and eventually you would close the application entirely. To bypass this biological limitation, developers introduced a concept known as a variable ratio, a mechanism built entirely on mathematical unpredictability. In the output phase, pulling that digital lever offers a randomized result. You might receive a massive dopamine hit from a viral video or an important message, or you might get absolutely nothing. The prefrontal cortex is the center of the brain responsible for logic and self-regulation. This specific randomized output is required to bypass it completely. Mathematical unpredictability ensures a compulsion loop forms. It overrides conscious choice, guaranteeing that the user returns to pull the lever 100 times a day. We need to stop viewing screen time as a fair test of personal willpower. The actual opponent is a multi-billion-dollar automation system that treats the human brain as programmable hardware. You cannot outthink an automated system designed for frictionless exploitation. To win, you must physically break its circuit. The most effective defense strategy is to purposefully introduce physical friction back into your digital environment. Start by removing all infinite scroll applications from your primary home screen, burying them inside obscure folders. Or, for the maximum effect, delete the applications entirely to permanently sever the physical input mechanism. By forcing extra steps and adding friction just to open an app, you give your prefrontal cortex the necessary time to re-engage and interrupt the compulsion loop. Stop letting corporate algorithms control human hardware. It is time to take the system apart.